Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
My name is Dr. Kent Mercado, and I'm running for Congress. For the past 25 years, I've served the 11th District as a physician, an attorney, and a humanitarian. I'm running for Congress to have a larger impact and to bring your voice to Washington. I've visited every county in the district, and I've met with thousands of people, listening and learning from them about their concerns. I found that family values and kitchen table issues are what's most important. So we need to reignite the economy, improve our educational system, ensure the safety of our communities, provide access to affordable physical and mental health care, and of course support our farmers. I'm Dr. Kent Mercado, and I'm running for Congress to be your voice. Together we can make sustainable solutions for our nation.
Don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
Okay, ding, ding, ding. That is the fake Bell of Purpose. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's what I look close up.
I look like that? Y'all wrong for not telling me. All these years? Seriously? Listen, as you can see, I am not downstairs in the studio. I am up here in the dining room. No internet. And I'm so excited about today's guest, I was going to let that stop me. So, Lucy's still down there. So I have this here. Oh, you're probably wondering why I have a jacket on today. It's the last day of our masterclass filming. You know, I started the business about 4 months ago. Legacy Builder Masterclasses. Why? Because everything you've mastered deserves a masterclass. Ding. Anyway, Attorney Jen Mitchell flew in from Boulder, Colorado on Monday. We started shooting. We had 8.5 hours of shooting on Tuesday. 8.5 hours, no, 9 hours, because we had to do photos out at some other location after we were shooting all day yesterday. So about 9.5 hours yesterday. And we should finish up right around 2 p.m. today. And boy, watch my page. We're going to start dripping it. It's so wonderful. If you have mastered anything, trust me, I'm making a prediction. I believe that masterclasses are going to replace online programs. I really do. I really do. They're just they're like a warm stack of pancakes with just enough butter and the perfect warm maple syrup running down the stack. Ding. Okay. So I'm doing everything from my phone and everything is so small. I'm used to the mouse. See, I hit that. Okay. Can I get an amen? Look. And on your phone, all the little things are like for Barbie. And do you see these fingers? Look at this. Right? I feel like Shrek. I'm not kidding. I even look like him. Oh, Lord Hammer. Aw, doesn't that remind you guys of when I first started doing bathrobe moments from my phone out in the driveway? And you used to tell me, back up. We're counting your nose hairs. Would you stop walking around? I'm going to need a Dramamine. Remember? Oh, you guys were so loving. I know you said all that from a place of love. I do. Ding. So anyway, Christine Deane is here today. There's a number of reasons why I absolutely love this woman. You know, when you're on your phone, you don't know where's the camera? Because I'm in landscape. Where? Okay. Wait. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to look somewhere in the area of the screen. So anyway, how are you guys today? Oh, ouch. Okay, hold on. Ding. Anyway, Christine Deane. Here's one of my favorite things about her that she doesn't know. First of all, she is the diva, the networking diva, the maven of networking madness, right? I love her, and she truly is, because all these people. When I first met Christine online, and we had our little meeting, I was flooded with wonderful people. Every person, and after a while, it was so long. So much time had passed since I had met her. I was like, well, how'd you get here? I'd say to the person on the screen, and we couldn't figure it out. And then I said, why do I keep asking? Clearly, these great people are coming from the same fountain of purpose, Christine Deane. Now, here's another reason I love her. I put her in the category. Remember, what was it? Married with Children? When it would go off, one of the producers' names was Marcy Carsey. Then, of course, you know, Jimmy Clare. I love Jimmy Clare because I go, I declare Jimmy Clare. And now we have Christine Deane. Don't be so mean, Christine Deane. Oh, my goodness. Is that Afro Sheen? Now, there's a throwback for you. Afro Sheen. Who watched Soul Train back in the day? You can admit it. Don Cornelius, the Soul Train. Sponsored by Ultra Sheen and Afro Sheen Cosmetics. Okay, so anyway, enough of nostalgia. Okay, wait. Brand. Okay, they need to make, I need a bigger phone. Okay, hold on. Okay, so here she comes. I'm not even going to try to pull up her bio. Trust me, y'all don't want none of that. Christine Deane, are you ready? I can't see you. Can I? Nope, can't see. It's so different on your phone. Christine. And here's another thing. We haven't had a kitchen sink for 4 days. Somebody in this house has been putting stuff down the garbage disposal. Yeah, they got to come and cut a pipe today. So anyway, Put some hearts on the screen. Welcome. Oh, put some hearts on the screen as we welcome Christine Deane. And some Afro Sheen.
Hello and good morning.
Hello, Christine Deane. Have you ever tried Afro Sheen? I mean to tell you.
I have not yet, but you know, I got enough hair for it. Yeah, well.
And I don't have a hat on. Did I shave my head? Oh, because I'm anyway. Welcome to the show. Clearly, the internet gods and all those things that Service said, we're just going to have a good time. And my phone stand is at the film studio because our masterclass girl, Jen Mitchell, needs to put her little cue cards on it. And so I won't need it, and boy. And I'm like, okay. So how are you?
I'm fantastic. Well, and the sign of a professional is, can you take it and just roll with it, baby? And it looks like we're going to do just fine this morning.
Well, I was not going to cancel. I'll tell you that much. There was no way, Jose. There's another one of those. Marcy Carsey, Jimmy Clare, I declare, Christine Deane, and no way, Jose.
There it is.
So listen, okay, I'm not going to try to do what I usually do. And wait, because where's that stuff? More. Layout. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. Never mind. I'm not even going to try it. You know how I was going to leave? I was going to leave and let you have the stage. Just say hello.
You're just going to go. Just going to drop me off here and just walk off, huh?
No, I'm not going to today. Well, I usually
coffee?
like that. I like to do that. I got to make a stand. There. I use the salt and pepper shakers. Oh, I'm so clever. So listen, I am going to let you just tell everybody, because I couldn't pull up your bio. Would you tell everybody who you are, where you're at in the world, and how you came to be known as the networking diva?
Well, goodness, that's a lot of questions. I'll do my best. So my name is Christine Deane. I don't know what my parents were thinking when they named me, I swear, right? What were they thinking?
Right. I like it.
My background is communications. I taught communications at college. I taught the speech and debate team, coached that. So communications has been something I've been in love with for a long, long time. And after I taught, I took a little time off, raised my kids, and then I went back into the workforce. I'm like, what am I going to do with myself? And I decided, well, I don't necessarily want to go back to teaching, because I spent so many hours doing that. And then I thought, I'll try something in business, right? Next thing you know, my mom was going, you should try credit card processing. I'm like, you think that's fun? Are you kidding
Credit
me?
card processing?
No, but she's my mama. So I had to say, okay, well, I can try that. Worst experience ever. Will not do it again. Learned a lot and learned
But
what
you're a people person.
Yeah. And they don't believe in building relationships. And I'm all about relationships. Making 100 phone calls in the morning and talking for 30 seconds was not my idea of a good time. So
Lord, no.
I fell in love with networking. That's when I discovered networking. And I was like, oh my goodness, with a communications degree, you couldn't have possibly planned that better. And I found while I was meeting with people one-on-one, they kept asking me for advice on communications, networking, marketing. And I'm like, well, heck, I'm already giving away for free. I might as well get paid for it. Hence the beginning of DFW Networking Diva.
What does DFW stand for? Every time I hear it, I think Daughters of the Revolution, but I said, well, wait, that doesn't work. It sounds like, let's head down to the DFW for a drink.
Yep, see, now that sounds like fun. Come on over.
Well, like the American Legion or something. What does it stand for?
Well, so I've been there too. But yeah, no, DFW is actually Dallas-Fort Worth. Oh, right. And so it's that area of Texas, that metropolitan area. Now, obviously, I intended to stay local, but we all know back in 2020, that blew up, right? If you stayed local, you were probably going to starve to death, right? So let's not do that. So I ended up becoming much further than just my little corner of the earth. Right now, next thing you know, I'm networking with people in all sorts of different countries, and I've just been having so much fun. It's a blast.
So a lot of people are thinking right now, okay, it sounds fun, and we got so much to talk about it because networking prior to the pandemic was a whole different world, and than it is now. And this is a topic I really enjoy talking about because, oh, see, I think I'm downstairs in my studio because I have a shopping bag down there filled with nothing but business cards. There must be over 3,000 business cards in that bag. And I just started collecting. They used to be in a big fish bowl. But then I started saying, well, wait a minute. When I would go through them, of course I didn't look at them all, but I would just randomly pull 15 or 20 of them. And I'd say, I don't even remember who this person is. I don't remember. I wouldn't know if I was sitting next to them. Why did I even take their card? But then it dawned on me, hey, wait a minute. If I took a card, I most likely gave a card. And then I start adding up, if I have 3,000 cards, that means I gave out probably 3,000 cards or close to it. How much would that cost? So I paid for nothing because I wasn't doing anything with them. And I tried everything, folding a card in half, this, that, and the other. I have not tried the digital card thing yet. I'm thinking of doing the dot, all these kind of things. So I got a ton of questions. But my point is this. Networking, when most people think about the art of networking, they think of hitting a lot of mixers or going to an event and, getting to know people, taking a bunch of pictures. Everybody's got their own. Here's how you do it. Take a picture with a person, then say, here, let me send this to you. Then that way you're going to get them in your phone. There's all these different processes. But networking is more than just, doing a couple of the things I just referred to. Networking is the building of a relationship that gives and allows you to give. Gives you something and gives you a chance to give them something. Not just talking about it. So we're going to get into that. But I wanted to ask you this. Is networking for you a career? Are you able to feed your family? Or is it a hobby?
Well, that's a great question, right? And people do that. They'll create a business for themselves, and it's actually a hobby. It's not really right. Mine pays my bills.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, a lot of times, networking will be combined with something else. So
I'm just going to be getting up. The coffee's right there. That's one of the benefits that's one of the benefits. I'm not being rude, but I'm going to be rude and get up and get
coffee. It's
okay, keep going. I can hear you.
All right. So when we're talking about networking, right, if you do it right, it can be very profitable. When you don't do it right, and most people don't, right? I call it the frantic networker, where you run here and you run there and you run here and you have all these business cards. And with 3,000 cards, you can overflow a fishbowl. Well, one fishbowl isn't enough for that, right?
No, that's why they're in the big shopping bag.
Dust, right?
Right.
Exactly. Now, when I'm in person, this is way back when, right? I literally would put my favorite ones, don't tell anybody, the right people went in my right pocket.
Really?
So while I would click cards, I would put them in different pockets. This way I always knew these are the people I definitely wanted to follow up in. The other ones, if I got around to it. But, and rather than thinking about breadth, how many people can I meet, right? And people are running around frantically. If you never build those relationships, they're zero value. Right.
Exactly.
And if you have one meeting with them and you never see them again, I call that one and done. Right. Who are they? Can you even remember? Right. If you're having so many networking meetings and you don't follow up with anybody, you haven't built any relationships. And that's really the key to networking.
Yes. Okay. So let's start at the top. Let's start all the way at the top of this mountain and work our way down to ground zero. First of all, is there a one-size-fits-all process as far as networking? What should we be doing, Christine Deane, if you know what I mean, who never has worn any Afro sheen? Oh, I'm a rapper.
I'm so glad that you're a rapper because I don't sing well. So, somebody's got to do it.
I know. I just like anything that has any kind of rhythm because my family claims I am like Carlton from Fresh Prince. I have no rhythm. They're haters. I don't know what their deal is. Anyway, I know. So Christine, what are we getting wrong with networking? Here you go. Take me through it. I have an event on Sunday at the shout out to the Latina, what is it called? The Latin Historical Museum or Heritage Museum in downtown Chicago Sunday. I'm going to be going there. How should I prepare?
Okay, be prepared. You do want the cards. You could have a digital card. Digital cards come in handy because when you run out of paper cards, you've got the digital, right? And the other side is here. Give me your phone. I'll put my information in there, right? Or what's your number? I'll text my digital card to you, right? So now you're getting their phone number and holding on to that. So that's nice. And the cards are nice too. If they don't give you a card, do not let them leave you. If it's a person, if somebody that you really want, right? Don't let them leave you without getting their contact information. Do not rely on them contacting you, because out of those 3,000 cards you gave away, how many of them reach out to you?
Usually not. Well, I've kind of,
a small amount, right? Compared to.
You want me to answer? Really? I kind of do get them to, you know why? Because I guilt them into it from the front. I do. I tried everything, Christine Dean. I'm not kidding you. I tried the oblong cards that don't just fit in the thing. I tried the thicker cards so people couldn't clean their teeth with them. But then I found out it was great for fingernail cleaning, and I cut that out. So I was like, because I saw somebody doing it. And nothing pisses me off more than to give somebody a card at an event. Then you're walking around and you see your card on the floor or on a table just sitting there. It's like slapping my baby or something. We take it seriously. And I always wonder, who left this? Which one of you did it? Which one? So I go back around and say, oh, can I see that card I gave you earlier?
Now you do a little fingerprinting, right?
Huh?
Fingerprint. Right. Find out who it is that had their hands on that.
Exactly. So, I mean, I do guilt them into it kind of by saying, I will say things to people like, now, you know, a lot of people get these and they don't use them. The ball is in your court. Let me tell you, when you reach out to me, I've got something. I'm hearing it. I'm feeling it now. And I really do. That I know is intended just for you. So, you know, if you don't want it, then don't call me. But they do, because they always, they're nosy. They're curious. What is it? But then I got to remember. So I put it in my phone, because let me say this about digital cards. Tell us how we do this, because I love people that have them. I always am amazed. I think it's so cool. However, it disappears when it goes in there. I don't know how to bring it up. I don't remember your name. And I couldn't put a code into company like Great Shoes or the girl with the weird hair or, you know. So how do you retrieve those digital cards when they go down the rabbit hole?
All right, here's the fancy part, right? You got to tie it in with your CRM, and your CRM has to be tied into your phone so that your contacts get synced.
CRM?
Uh-huh.
What is that?
Your customer relationship management software, right? So I have it set up where mine will sync, and then it collects the information, right? So they all get added. And if you have an electronic business card, it should be doing that also. If you don't have a format that does that, then look at a different format. But it should be collecting the information of who it is that's checking out your little digital card.
I know you think I was kidding. Like,
oh no,
silly him. He knows what's here. I see that acronym all the time. I promise you, I had no idea what it was, and I don't have it.
See, that's how they fall through the cracks. You got to put systems in place for success.
Well, I know that. Duh. Okay. But I mean, okay, give us some names of recommend a couple software things that do the CRM thing.
Oh, goodness. For example, HubSpot will tie things together. HubSpot even has a feature on there where you can you pull out the phone, it scans the digital card, and it'll pull it into the CRM.
Okay.
And you can get that on the free version of HubSpot. You don't even have to pay for that feature.
HubSpot. Okay. So we really do need that.
It helps, right? Because you've got all those cards. If you don't scan them and do something with them, scan them, add them to your CRM with them. You could even have a little cheat email that you've already got ready to roll saying, it was great meeting you at the event today, right? Scan them, drop them, let them get that first email. You know, would love to follow up with you. Let's do a meeting, right? Let's do some coffee. Let's get together. Here's my booking link, right? So you can set that up. So all you have to do is add their contact information and boop, boop, boop. It all goes out.
So, okay. In the old days, it was the old fold. Okay. If I really want to get in touch with this person, or there was something special about them, fold their card in half. And that usually worked for me, because I wouldn't just throw it in the fishbowl. I would leave it on the counter and then go and sit down and compose an email or whatever it was I was going to do to follow up. So with this digital thing, how do we separate the warm from the cold from the hot?
That's a good question right there, right? Because how else are you going to
Ding.
remember? I am a big fan of notes in my phone. All right. You got your phone with you all the time now. As long as you're not broadcasting on it, you can go ahead and make notes as you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The big thing on like with the non-digital cards for your face-to-face cards, when you're handing those out, right? Put your face on it.
Oh, I have it on mine, of course.
So you have it on yours. I have mine
do.
on mine because I'm a diva, right? But some people don't.
Ding.
And I've literally been in a room with 50 people, 75 people, 100 people, right? And I'll be across the room and they're like, hey, call me. And I'm like, call you. Okay. And pull it out of the pocket, see the face, got it. Put it in the pocket, right? And so, that really helps trigger memory. Some of us are visual, right? We need that extra visual. So if at all possible, unless your company's demanding you're not allowed to do it, put your picture on your card. Help us remember you.
I agree. I totally agree. And I'm going to tell you something. That was not an easy thing for me to do because I was like, are people going to think I'm like, you know what I mean? Like some people post.
Oh, are you so vain? You have to have your picture on your card, right? Oh no, my picture's huge on my card. It's like a third of my card. Are you kidding me? They ain't going to miss me.
Really? Okay. So ding. I'm going to blow mine. Yeah. And I do. This is the second round of cards and I changed it. Mm-hmm. I had a black and white one on the first one, which I refer to as my Ethel's playing with her new baby. Okay. I refer to the black and white one as my Saturday Night Live picture for when I host it one day, manifesting. And then I tried a sitting shot in color, and I'm really enjoying the plus. Oh wait, forget all that. This is more important. Here's a good question. Now I'm thinking of having 2 sets of real cards, tangible cards. Those cheap ones off of Canva that like when I go to events where there's hundreds of people, like was just a couple weeks ago here in Chicago, I gave out all those. When I'm going to San Diego next week for a more intimate setting, a retreat. So I want my more expensive cards because I know. And I'm like, because I'm constantly testing what works and brings back what works, what putting out and brings back, which is new to me. And I never considered it until this very moment today with you, that this was actually a part of networking. Every time I thought of networking, I pictured cocktail glasses, finger food and how you been? Oh, nice to meet you kind of thing. But it's not, is it? It's not. Let's talk about this, Christine. Yeah. When we go to places where we see people that we have seen over and over and over again, when we're networking in those familiar waters, are we only networking with the people we have never met before? Or are we networking with people that we've consistently run into? I believe a lot of people leave that part off. Like, like, oh, hi, so-and-so, see her all the time. That kind of thing. Talk about that.
Yeah, they're so busy trying to meet new people that you don't realize that the people you've already met would keep you busy for a really long time. I could not network another day and just work with the, 10,000 people in my network, and I would be just fine, right? We neglect that sometimes. And remember, just because you've been hanging out the same networking doesn't mean you've actually developed a relationship. It's like going to church and saying, well, I know everybody at church. No, unless you break bread with them after church, you just saw them at church and everybody was at the same service together, right?
Exactly.
So you don't develop those relationships until you do that one-on-one time, and not just once. Keep doing it. If they're a good power partner, when you have that meeting together, before they leave, set up another one. Hey, let's touch base again next month. Right?
Let's put it on our calendars today.
Absolutely.
Right,
have an action step. When you're at a networking event, you can even book something right there on the spot. Say, I really want to talk to you, and I want to make sure that this doesn't get lost in the shuffle. What are you doing next Wednesday at 4? You can book them right then and there. Fantastic. Good luck finding who you're looking for. Oh, who are you looking for? Maybe I can introduce you before we part ways.
That's awesome. Great tip. Now, I have a question for you personally. How you do it because I'm just telling you, how do you Because you just don't want to say, oh, so-and-so, you should meet so-and-so. You really have to know the people that you're connecting, or those things that you think will be, that will stand out to the two of them or the three of them when you get together. Because that's another thing. When we give warm intros, like in an email, and you connect more than one person. Let's talk about that. Because I used to think, oh, I don't have time to connect all these people. But then someone sent me an email that said, so-and-so meet so-and-so, and so-and-so meet so-and-so. I just knew that the five of you had synergy. Play nice. Let me know how it works out. Love and kisses, so-and-so, goodbye. And then I started seeing it happen in there between all the different people. And I found out, I realized how powerful it is, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time. Now, let me ask you this. Do you feel, how do people understand exactly why they're making the connection and not just doing it to see, for people to think, oh, Lauren's always sending great people my way or connecting me to people? Because sometimes if you don't do it right, they may go, why the hell did she connect me? We have nothing in common. So how much do we need to know to make an effective connection for people?
Well, so there's a big range on that. And really what I'm about is expectations, as long as you're clear about it, right? So if I'm going to introduce you to somebody, I might be like, Dr. Lauren, this might be somebody you're interested in. I haven't known him that long, but they mentioned something that really made me think of you. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to this person. Right. But I'm letting you know how long I've known him, what our relationship is. This way, you know what that expectation versus if I say, hey, let me introduce you to so-and-so. I've known them for years. They are fantastic. They will take excellent care of you and give you great referrals. Right. So level of expectation, let people know what to expect. Right. If it's really general like that, hey, good luck, figure it out. Right. We're like, okay, well, we can figure it out. We're adults. Right. But a really nice introduction will tell you why you're meeting. Right?
Yes.
The why really does help. And on top of that, it's putting personalities together. Because I probably know 6,000, financial planners, right? But I don't partner them with just anybody, right? You got to put the right personalities in the same room.
The right personalities. That's right. And one of the things too that is very important is that it's always like a litmus test for me about what I really love about that person. And I'm not afraid to say that to people. Because I've had people straight out ask me privately, like I'll do an email intro and then they'll text me and go, Lauren, okay, I saw your email. Why are you putting us together? Can you give me heads up? And I'll say, simply because I love to introduce people I love to other people I love. And they go, oh, okay. So why do people question the connection? Like, why Christine Dean send this? Why is she helping me? What? Some people get suspicious.
Yes, they do. Once you get to know them long enough and you've sent them enough people, they start realizing like, oh, right. They don't question it anymore. They're like, oh, Christine sent me this person. I should know them. Right. Once you've built up your reputation, they will just accept that. They're like, okay, we will discover why this is. She threw us in a room together for a reason. Right. And sometimes it's the energy. Right. Sometimes it's they're in the same industry. Sometimes they can help each other. Sometimes they're good referral partners or strategic partners, as I like to say. Right. So there's usually a reason why. And if you start talking, you're like, aha, now I know why. And sometimes there's several levels of interest that you're shared. Right. It could just be a hobby that you have in common.
Could be a hobby. Common ground. I love that because common ground is what I think a lot of us, we don't put priority on common ground. And a lot of people start with things that make us different from each other. But I prefer to start with things that are similar between us, things that we're vibing on. So I want to ask you this one. Let's use LinkedIn as an example, because LinkedIn has those great prompts that show up when I don't know, at first it was scary. Like, how do you know I asked that? AI, now we understand they're coming to take our lives. So, the AI thing, we won't even go into a whole nother show. But I feel like this. I feel like something is always reminding me, Lauren, don't just fall into hitting the thanks, that's amazing, or because then if 100 people responded inside and they see 96 thanks, that's amazing, they know you just hit something, you don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? You're just saying it. It's just like, and I tell people that all the time because it starts there, but then say somebody's like, oh, my aunt is on hospice and she's in stage 4 this. Please pray for her. And you say,
thanks, that's amazing. Doesn't work.
Or you hit the praying hands and you don't even utter a syllable of a prayer. You're just going through the motions. So let's talk about how to effectively use those prompts. I like to add, thanks, that's amazing. Thanks for keeping me heads up, Glenn, or whatever. Put something with it, at least, to show that, okay, I stopped what I was doing and I wasn't just like, okay, next, swipe. Because that is networking, maintaining even a relationship that is just on some particular platform. You may not have ever had a conversation or anything, but you're friends with them, you're a connection. So let's talk about that.
I think what you're really hitting on there is authenticity.
Ding.
I think that's exactly what it is, right? We need to be authentic. We're looking for real relationships and real authentic relationships. So you got to build that up. That means you can't always be using the AI, right? AI is a nice start on things, right? It's got the thanks so-and-so, but like you said, follow it up with something authentic. Be real. And really, we're not looking for perfection. It's like, okay, so you're not in your studio today and you're on your phone. Okay, what's that mean? That means you're authentic and you're real. We love that, right?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Transparency, right? Just be you. We love you the way you are, right? So that's okay.
Cue Billy Joel. Sorry, ADHD. I'm just telling you, they're like Oompa Loompas. They come running out. They just come running out in my mind.
I totally understand. It happens.
It does. So let me ask you this. How do you pay your bills? Through the art of networking. Can people come to you for networking coaching? Is that a thing?
It's a thing. It is. I actually know quite a few networking coaches that I've met over the years that have their little lanes of specialty. A lot of times we'll combine it with another thing. So a lot of times you'll see them combine it with sales, or they'll combine it with sales training, or different things. I combine mine with marketing. So I'm not really a sales kind of person. I love to talk to you, but if you expect me to, come down hard and make you close a deal, I'm like, you want to work with me? You want to work with me? There it is. Hey.
Right. Exactly. I'm that way.
If not, I'll move on to somebody else. Right.
Exactly.
So I don't believe in hard sales, right? So I don't combine mine with sales, but I combine networking and marketing, because when I do marketing, I can't do it without networking, because I focus on mission-driven organizations and solopreneurs. So that's all about relationship building, right? Helping them build their relationship with their audience, their communities. So I can't do that unless I include networking, because when I do somebody's marketing, I'm gonna be like, okay, let's go ahead and introduce you to some power partners, right? Your strategic partners. And a lot of people don't know who that is. They're just running around meeting everybody, right? I call it intentional networking, right? So you're looking out for a specific person, a specific title, a specific industry that you're looking to partner with. I mean, you're used to the realtors and the mortgage people, right? They make sense that they're going to be able to send referrals back and forth, right? So you got to figure out who is it that also works with your ideal client. And those are the people you want to buddy up with. Because I could sell you something, right? And that's great. That got me one sale. But if you like me and you're going to be my referral partner, you're going to send me a lot more people than that, right? So you want strategic partners that are going to work with you and help, further your business as you help further their business.
Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Let's go more into because I'm a word person. I'm not a numbers person, and this kind of falls in that category of things I like. And that is email lists. People that are always like, oh yeah, you can get these people into your list. And just like when you said CRM, was it CRM? And I didn't know what it meant. Okay. That I don't have one. I know. I mean, I have people that are, if I pull up my emails, they're there, but I don't have a system like when I'm places, oh, here, sign this sheet and do something with it. I just never
It's a great way to keep in touch with people once you've built that relationship. When I was teaching, I used to always do the workshops at the beginning of the year, and they would have me on video. And so the students would watch those through the year at the different college campuses, and they would recognize me. So when we were at a speech tournament, someone would be like, "Oh, Miss D," right? They knew who I was because they had seen me. They'd continue to have that interaction, even though I wasn't really there live, right?
Yeah.
They had the video. So it's keeping you top of mind. So that's where the newsletters come in handy. You can do videos, you can send them out to your vlog, your blogs, your everything, right? So it's one of the ways that helps them stay in touch with you. Because even if you don't talk to them one-on-one, when they get a chance to see you on video, they feel like they're interacting with you. That's how you the influencers get so much power, right? They don't talk to every single one of the people that follow them, right? One-on-one.
Right.
Yeah. So they still feel the followers feel close to you because they get to have that level of interaction, even if it's through video or through blogs or emails, right?
Well, what about those email sequences and things like that? Because, I'm going to just be clear about it with me. And because, every day you get a crap load of them. Hey, Lauren, did I really say that? Or what? I'm like, say what? All those lead-in things that you start going, oh, girl, please swipe. You know what I mean? Even people I know, I was like, hi, Forbes, because I got one from her this morning, and I know her, right? And I'm like, girl, I didn't even open it. I'm just keeping it real, but I do go back later and see what it was she was talking about. But what about? That's because she's a friend. But what about those people who you get them all the time, and I don't invest in them because I'm like, it's just going to end up in file 13 like these did with me. So what about that? Is that considered networking? Those people, all those emails that come that you don't open?
Part of it is follow-up, right? So on your CRM, you can have the people's information there. You can actually set it up so it sends you a reminder to reach out to this person. You can put things on your calendar that way. It all ties in. It ties in with your email, right? So it gets pretty doggone fancy in there. But really, it's about developing those relationships. And email is one way to do it, but don't spam people. You're destroying relationships, right? Don't add somebody to your newsletter without talking to them first.
Ooh, good one.
So send them a message saying, hey, I've got this newsletter. I was thinking, and usually I do it after a one-on-one, right? Not before, because I don't want to spam them before I even get a chance to get to know them, right? So you talk to somebody, you're like, hey, would you like me to add you to my newsletter? This is the kind of information that I have. Would you find that valuable? Right. And if they choose not to, right, they go, no, I really won't get around to it. Like, okay, no problem. Don't be offended by that. It's okay. Because why? We don't open everything that comes to our box, right? And people will unsubscribe, right? And it's fine to unsubscribe. So don't worry about that. Unsubscribe is a good thing. That's your friend. And you really want a high open rate on your emails because actually it's going to do more damage than it is good if you're sending it to people that don't want it. Because your email subscribers, the email system will actually look and see how many have been opened, right? How many people unsubscribed, how many people marked you as spam. And if your numbers are too high on the oops list, they'll kick you out of there. Then you can't use that service anymore. So you want a high open rate. For example, with the DFW Veterans Chamber of Commerce, our open rate is close to 50% because the people that are getting our emails want our emails. They're looking for our emails. Right. So you really want your ideal people that want what you have, kind of like sales. Don't keep selling us something. If we tell you, no, we're not interested, go away, jump off a cliff, whatever it is. Right. Nobody wants to be sold to. Right. So don't spam us to death either.
What do you think, Christine, are the top 3 misconceptions of effective networking? People that really think they have it. Oh, I know that. Who needs help with that? You know what I mean? A lot of people really think they're great networkers and they suck. Dean, you're looking at one. I mean, I know that when I'm in a room with people or I'm at an event with people one-on-one, I'm a great networker, not by any process. Step 1, do this. Step 2, I don't. But I think I have a talent with it, but it doesn't mean I don't need to learn and know what I need to find in order to grow within what I already have. So give us some tips on how people can begin the process of learning and understanding how to become a better or a more effective networker?
Okay, stop selling. Number one, do not sell to the person in front of you, right? You want my services, right? Here, buy my services, right? Buy my product. That is the worst.
I don't
That's the
believe in
biggest
selling.
turnoff.
I believe in telling. I don't sell shit. Seriously.
Exactly.
I don't do it from the stage. I don't allow people at my events to sell from the stage. I don't do the pay to play, any of that, because I feel like if you just tell the truth that you're telling, if somebody wants it, it's going to sell itself. And I think that's where you're going, but keep going. I'm going to get more.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Dr. Lauren. So the idea is you want people that want you, right? So don't sell. First thing is you want to know them. You want them to everyone you meet is either a prospect, right? They're either going to be a client, in which case they're interested in what you have. You don't even have to sell it because they're like, oh, I've been looking for that. And you're like,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Or they're a potential partner, right? So they can be a strategic partner with you. So whoever it is that you're talking to, they have value. So treat them like they have value. Treat them like a real person, right? Treat them like you actually like them. It's crazy. You have to be other focused. And that's the number one thing in networking. It's about building relationships, which means you have to think about the well-being of the other person. Who can you introduce them to? How can you help them? What do they need, right? And that's the first thing I usually ask is, who can I connect you with? How can I help you, right? And that makes a difference, right? Now you're building that relationship. We all hear that know, like, trust factor.
Okay. Oh, this is a selfish question, but I'm so glad you're here. And thank you, God, for telling me to ask it, to remind me to ask it. And I know I can't be the only one. I love being of service to people. I absolutely adore it. However, I have an issue when it throws me off. And I know they're sincere when they go, Lauren, da 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 da. But let me ask you this before we go. How can I better serve you? What can I do to serve? And I always go, oh, just keep doing what you're doing to ease suffering in the world. I never say, well, who do you know who, or I could really use some help with. What is that?
It's
and
hard.
What is it called?
If you're a giver, you just want to give and you're not expecting anything in return. So when they ask for something, you're almost like, well, goodness, me want something? I don't know. What do I need? Right? I've got everything. Right. But at the same time, be ready for an answer. Right. Once in a while, you'll actually get somebody that's got that same mindset and they want to help you. So know who that is. And if you're not sure, keep yourself a cheat sheet. Right. Be like, hold on, let me see what I need. Right. Before you go to an event, what are your goals?
Yes.
Know what your goals are before you get there. My goal tonight is to meet people like I do a lot of work in the veteran space, right? So I want to go meet veterans, business partners. Great strategy partners for me are business coaches, right? Because a lot of times they do business, but they don't do marketing, right? So things like that. So know when you're walking in the door, what is my goal today? What am I looking for? And remember, put those in the right pocket, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Now, and I just innately know that you know these answers. You guys, you need to reach out to her because I couldn't do the banners because clearly, for those of you who were late coming, I'm upstairs because no internet. So I'm on a hotspot. I want people to connect with you. I want to ask you this. I believe that networking also has a variety of languages, and we've touched on some of that this morning. But for instance, this next question, how do we learn how to ascertain what people are really asking or saying? I just had someone who, when you get this morning, so-and-so wants to send you a message, meaning we're not friends yet. And I answered their thing. But I didn't know, does this mean they want to be friends or not? So I just answered it and left. And then like 5 minutes later, I got a friend request from this person. And I'm like, okay. And then I had another one this morning that said, hi, I was on a call with you or something like 3 months ago. I didn't remember what they were referencing, 360 something. And she goes, I'd love to pick your brain about something. And I gave her my link. And so I'm like, this person, I could tell she wants something more than when she said, pick your brain. So is there a place to go? Is there a thesaurus, a glossary, something where you can go, okay, they said almost like a book on how to interpret your dreams. I dreamed of catfish. What does it mean? You know what I'm saying?
Love catfish.
Right, me too, girl. Zing. So how do we understand the language of when people are reaching into us, what they're really looking for? Because a lot of us don't know the difference between being skeptical, which is a positive thing, or suspicious, which is not necessarily a positive thing. Talk about that if you could.
Well, really, like you said, authentic. If it feels good when you're networking, if it feels good, right, you're probably on the right track. If it doesn't feel good and it makes you step back, there's something about that message that make you go, right? You know, there's something in there. And some people, like you said, don't have that skill for communication. They're not really people, right? They're not those high I personalities. They're not quite sure how to build that relationship. I was in a master class that was focusing on networking just the other day with Jack Rand. And he was talking about, we had somebody that was like so aggressive. Like their message was just like, you know, so what's your challenges? How can I help you? You know what I mean? You're like, whoa, hello.
Yeah.
Back it up now, right? So friendly, right? Are they communicating from the heart? Are they being real and authentic? Or are they scaring the heck out of you? Right? They can be scary, right? When they're aggressive, they're hunting you down. You know, people find out, oh, your fiance is a CPA, right? Financial planners coming out of the woodwork, right? They're going to stalk me to stalk him, right? I'm like, no. They're going to keep their secrets real close, right? They're not sharing their book of business with just anybody. So don't expect that. So give up on that idea, right? So you got to build the relationships. You can't come in aggressive like that. If they're asking too soon, it's like nobody proposes marriage, well, usually on the first date, right? So if they're coming in and they're asking for stuff right away, they're doing it too soon in the process. You haven't built that relationship yet, right?
Well, I'm going to tell you something about you that I'm sure you know, but it still is something I feel you should always be reminded of is, you know, when after our first initial, that was redundant, our initial meeting, all these great people were coming and it was right on the tip of their minds. Yes, because I'd be like, first question is always, so tell me, what do you do on a daily basis to ease suffering in the world? And then my second question is, and how did you get here? You know, what brought us together? Who brought us together? Because I like to know based on that answer. If they don't answer, if it can't answer, usually I'm like, you know, but. And then they were like, Christine Dean. And then as time kept moving forward, they would go, you know, that's a great question. Then they come back later. They never let go of it. And then maybe like 3 days later, I figured it out. It was Christine Dean, you know, and I'm like, of course it was. But they always say, no matter how they're talking or pitching, soon as that time comes to put your name into the mix, everything becomes like these. Just really, really beautiful. Seriously. And that's that authenticity that I know that you're speaking of. And so it's like a sheen. It's like pixie dust all around the work you do. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to ask you to hang out for a minute or two afterwards. So I want to run an opportunity past you because I have a need. I want to know. I want to grow. And I want to learn it so that I can show other people how to do better with it. I am a true champion of always being willing to stretch. And this is one of those lanes that people just automatically assume it is either not important or I'm already a master of it. And really we're not. And it's very important because it is the connection of the soul to soul, the heart to heart, the people connection. You know, I tell people all the time, it's like, you know, if my husband wanted a divorce, I would not want him to email me that. If I had cancer diagnosis, I would not want my doctor to text that to me. I would want it. I would hope that it would be so important that I would say, hey, can we meet for this? Or can we at least get on a call? That sort of thing. And so I think we all need to do better, but we need to understand why. So that's why I want to talk to you. Let's talk about, can you tell people where the best place to go to find you? Because I wasn't able to do a banner. So if you could repeat it and maybe at the conclusion, go in and put it in the comment section. Or somebody out there, one of you loyal viewers, Robert Rooker, I know you're probably there. Lori, any of you that are there all the time, if you wouldn't mind grabbing this and putting it in,
Absolutely.
Where would that be, Christine?
So you can always reach me in my email, Diva at dfwnetworkingdiva.com. That's also the website, dfwnetworkingdiva.com.
dfwnetworking.com. Easy
Nope,
enough.
DFW Networking Diva. Diva is a very important part of the name.
DFW Networking Diva.
Diva.com.
DIVA, cap it out, .com. That's right. And yeah, I hope somebody dropped it in.
There's all sorts of booking links on there if you want a discovery call to talk about how I can help you. If you want to do a discovery call for collaboration because you want to partner with me. I love partnerships, right? I'm completely referral based. I don't do ads. I don't do any of that kind of sales stuff. I am referral based. Why? Because I'm a networking diva. That's what we do.
And you really are. I'm just going to say, for real, talk about the real deal. Oh, wait, let me take that banner off. Okay. The real deal. And I want more of it. I want more of you. I really do. I mean that. Am telling you.
That's good. I love working with influencers. So that's one of my areas of specialty is working with influencers.
Am I one?
Yes, you get to count as an influencer. Isn't that wonderful?
Wait a minute. Do you mean that?
Oh, heck yeah. That is so much fun.
Why do you think I'm an influencer?
You have to have that kind of personality, and you've got it. You just got it in spades, right? It's that whole
I do?
inner, just be you. And that's the best thing about influencers. True influencers, they're popular not because they paid for a lot of followers or this, that. It's not about the ads. It's about the fact that they relate to people. They build those relationships with their audience. And all they do is they do what they do best. And it's amazing what happens. I've got influencers that are Christian influencers, and all they do is what they do. They share the Bible and people follow them. I mean,
people follow
just
them.
Be you. And that's all it takes, right? People feel that authenticity coming from you.
It lands. Oh my goodness. Thank you for that. I mean, I'm serious. I know people are like, well, don't quit playing. No, I'm serious. and I trust what you say, because I'm telling you, the people you sent, I was like, oh my God, you're like my new best friend.
Mission-driven organizations. That's my playground. So as soon as you told me what you wanted, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be blowing it up. I'm sorry, but here they come.
You did. And
I got more for you.
Yay! That's what I want to talk about.
Yep.
Because I believe in supporting people in what they are divinely sanctioned to do in this world. And you are truly the DFW Networking Diva. You really are. I want to thank you so much. And thank you for being so flexible with this weirdness of having to do it this way. But we got it done. You guys, I don't know where to look for the camera, but wherever you guys are out there, I'm talking to you. Make sure you check out all things Christine Dean, and that's what I mean. And I ain't wearing no Afro sheen because I don't have any hair. So anyway, there you go. Thank you so much. God bless. I can't wait to have you back. Hang out backstage for a minute, and we'll continue this. You guys, listen, tomorrow, hopefully we'll have the internet back. If not, we'll do it like this again. I don't care. I'll meet you out front on the front porch for tomorrow's installment of Bathrobe Moments. Get out today. Find your highest self in this day and take it from there. Listen, as I tell you every day, I love you, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. I'll see you tomorrow. Great job, Christine Dean, and we'll see everybody on the next one. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.